Minus 31 seconds due to a failure.
And we have had a failure. Ground launch sequencer.
We had a problem on the box retract switches. NTDFP. Go ahead. Yes, sir. We need guys to go do the verification per the LCC, please. All right. CMAC?
Yes, CMAC. The LCC says we need to verify using a camera, and we're positioning camera 62 right now.
Okay, let us know as soon as 62 is flown over and you can verify LCC for GDA retract, please.
And all personnel, we're holding here 31 seconds while we get a verification that the GDA has fully retracted for our pre-plan.
This is CMAC. We verify retracted.
Okay, and you can verify that it is fully retracted per the instructions that we've been that we developed, correct?
That's correct.
All right, and SPE?
And NTD, SPE concurs. They satisfy the requirements of GSC 13 pre-plan contingency. I'm go.
Okay, I copy. And launch director.
Yes, sir. I heard all that and concur.
Press on. All right, very good.
NTD, SPE.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I need concurrence to GLS and ask to clear this hold, please.
Very good. And GLS, you have concurrence? Go.
Copy that. It's in work.
Thank you. Let us know when that's complete.
NTD, we have it in work.
All right, guys.
Are you sure they're rebooted again?
Just a reminder for folks, our locked on that whole time is 3 minutes and 16 seconds.
NTD, CCLS on 212. We're ready to go.
All right, very good. And launch director, with that cleanup, we're going to go ahead and proceed.
Yes, sir. Please do.
All right, and all personnel, we are going to pick up the clock here momentarily. And GLS, you can resume the clock on your mark.
Copy that. Countdown clock will resume on my mark. 3, 2, 1, mark.
E-minus.
Sequence start.
And off to Atlantis' computers has occurred. Solid rocket booster nozzle steering check and work.
20.
Firing chain is armed.
15.
Go for main engine start. T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. All three engines up and burning. 2, 1, 0. And lift off. The final lift off of Atlantis on the shoulders of the space shuttle. America will continue the dream.
Roger, roll, Atlantis.
Houston now controlling the flight of Atlantis. The space shuttle spreads its wings one final time for the start of a sentimental journey into history. 24 seconds into the flight, roll program complete. Atlantis now heads down, wings level on the proper alignment for its 8.5-minute ride to orbit. 4.5 million pounds of hardware and humans taking aim on the International Space Station. 40 seconds into the flight, the 3 liquid fuel main engines throttling back to 72% of rated performance in the bucket, reducing stress on the shuttle as it goes transonic for the final time. Engines now revving up, standing by for the throttle up call.
Atlantis, go at throttle up, no action, DPDT.
Go with throttle up. No action on DPDT.
That call from Capcom Barry Wilmore, a transducer, instrumentation only, no action required. Atlantis now 15 miles in altitude, already 16 miles downrange from the Kennedy Space Center, 1 minute 40 seconds into the flight. Atlantis flexing its muscles one final time. Atlantis traveling almost 2,600 miles an hour, 21 miles in altitude, 24 miles downrange, standing by for solid rocket booster separation. Booster officer confirms staging a good solid rocket booster separation. Guidance now converging. The main engine steering the shuttle on a pinpoint path to its preliminary orbit. 2 minutes, 20 seconds into the flight. Atlantis already traveling 3,200 miles an hour, 35 miles in altitude, 50 miles downrange. The propulsion officer reports the orbital maneuvering system engines have ignited. Atlantis kicking on its afterburners for 1 minute, 23 seconds for the final phase of powered flight.
Atlantis, 2-engine TOW.
2-engine TOW.
That call from Capcom.
Main day, so in the event of contingency, you're in plane plus 230 on the ECAL page. No comm VIs when you're ready to copy.
Both mics open.
Okay, in plane plus 230, go ahead.
Press to ATO, 10.8. Press to MECO, 14.7.
Press to MECO, main engine cutoff. That means you're headed for space. 3 minutes and 11 seconds into the flight. Mike, I've got to ask you first. It has to be a little different for you. You even stepped outside our tent, put your arm around your daughter who's here with you, and watched. It has to be different for you than for the rest of us.
Yeah, you know, it is, you know, thinking that, I'd been on that space shuttle and launched here before, and seeing my friends go. I think it's a different experience if you know the people who are on board. You know, that's what I hear from my friends and family who have come to see me launch. That's what they say. And I think that's what it is. You're thinking about your friends inside. It becomes a bit personal.
It also has to feel different because you know what the astronauts are going through, and you're one of fewer than 500, well, about 500 people who know.
Yeah, from that.